What's up, sunshine? It's time to shine. I'm Coy Wire. This is CNN 10, and it's your CNN 10, especially on a hashtag Your Word Wednesday. Remember to keep an ear out to see if your vocab word made it into today's show. We begin in Russia, where President Vladimir Putin will continue his reign over the country after easily winning Russia's election this past weekend. According to the Central Election Commission, Putin received about 87% of the vote, but U.S. and European countries are dismissing these results because serious opposition candidates were banned, exiled, or even jailed. Since 1999, Putin has served as either Russia's president or its prime minister and will now continue to rule the nation until at least the year 2030. Let's turn now to our senior international correspondent, Frederick Pleitgen, who has more on Putin's dominant victory.
A landslide victory for Vladimir Putin that was never in doubt, securing the Russian president a fifth term in office and solidifying his grip on power with a record 87% of the vote.
There are a lot of tasks ahead of us, but when we are consolidated, and I think now it is understood to everyone, no matter how hard anyone tries to frighten us, whoever tries to suppress us, our will, our consciousness, no one has ever managed to have done such a thing in history.
Both the U.S. and European countries are condemning the election. Any serious opposition candidates were banned in advance and dissent effectively outlawed. And yet, a surprising show of defiance, with protesters targeting dozens of polling stations across the country, setting fire to ballot boxes, pouring dye into others. While in Berlin, Germany, thousands turned up at the Russian embassy following calls from the opposition to swarm polling stations, including Yulia Navalnaya, widow of the late opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who died suddenly in an Arctic penal colony last month. Navalnaya said she wrote her husband's name on the election ballot and has vowed to continue his work. And in his post-election address, Putin uttered Navalny's name for the first time, claiming he would have agreed to release him in a prisoner swap. Backlash not just from the U.S. and its allies, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky describing the election as, quote, a sham.
These days, the Russian dictator is simulating another election. There is no evil he will not commit to prolong his personal power, and there is no one in the world who is safe from this.
Russia's ally China, though, was quick to congratulate Putin's re-election, saying it, quote, fully reflects the support of the Russian people. With no one standing in his way, Putin is now on course to rule for as long as Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin.
Next up, health news. Measles, the incredibly contagious disease, is on the rise in the U.S. Measles can lead to very serious complications like pneumonia or swelling in the brain. The good news is that the measles vaccine is considered one of the most protective. But in other news, vaccination rates in the U.S. have been declining. Earlier this week, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or CDC, issued a health alert about the increased risk and how best to protect yourself. CNN's Meg Terrell explains.
There have been measles cases in 17 states in the United States so far this year, Illinois being one of those. Measles is an incredibly contagious virus if people haven't been vaccinated. It's an airborne virus, and it can linger in the air for 2 hours after somebody infected has left the room. And it's so contagious that if people aren't vaccinated, 9 out of 10 susceptible people will get infected with the virus if they are exposed. Vaccination works incredibly well, 93% effectiveness with 1 dose of the vaccine, 97% with 2 doses of the vaccine. Unfortunately, the vaccination rate in the United States among kindergartners has been going down over the past few years. So health officials are worried that more people are susceptible to measles and are emphasizing that vaccination is the safest and best way to be protected from this virus.
Pop quiz hotshot. In which decade was the term artificial intelligence used for the first time? The 1950s, the 60s, the 70s, or the 80s? If you said 1950s, ding, ding, ding. Dartmouth professor John McCarthy is credited with coining the term with 3 other researchers at a summer workshop in 1956. Some 68 years after the term artificial intelligence was not much more than a vague concept, AI, as we know, is popping up in our daily lives, everything from schools to the workplace to the to the club. That's right, virtual DJs. And CNN spent the day with a British startup that makes what they call AI-integrated digital humans, including a DJ that performs at shows around the world. And we wanted to show you all of this new idea because we want to hear from you. Let us know what you think. Are these advancements a good thing, simply fun and harmless, or as some believe, are they hurting us in the long run and taking away jobs from real-life humans?
Combining 3D technology from the world of gaming with voice cloning and motion capture, Liverpool-based startup SumVivas are now creating digital human avatars integrated with artificial intelligence.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I am Dex, the UK's first AI-integrated digital human.
In the performance space, it's game-changing. The DJ that I manage, Dex, in the last 2 weeks has performed in New York, Paris and Milan. We're creating new music, so we're actually working with record labels. We are working with promoters on shows. We're working with brands now to do influencer-type brand collaborations.
Utilising digital humans integrated with AI helps to bridge the gap between technology and people. They're available 24/7, 365. They don't take holidays. They have the ability to be multilingual, and they learn and remember every conversation.
But should we be worried about AI's integration into the world of work?
We do see the dreams that have taken over the headlines the past year. The generative AIs, the chatbots, the LLMs, all kinds of applications are emerging. But alongside, I think there is this fear of skills replacement. So when we rely on automated tools, what skills are we losing in the process?
AI is absolutely not scary. It is part of our future. We're moving to a stage where digital humans will start to become just another member of the team with added benefits for that team and obviously the customers they serve.
Today's story getting a 10 out of 10. Did you know that today is the International Day of Happiness? Back in 2012, the UN General Assembly marked this day to recognize the importance of happiness and well-being. Meditation can be a key to being happy. According to the Center for Healthy Minds, a study showed that 2 weeks of daily meditation for 30 minutes a day can help bring more positivity to the brain. Now, maybe this sounds impossible to you, but Dan Harris, who's the author of the book 10% Happier, explains why anyone can embrace meditation even if their mind at times seems like a cacophony of thoughts and sounds.
The whole goal of meditation is just to pick one thing to focus on. Usually it's the feeling of your breath coming in and going out. And then every time you get distracted, which will happen 1,000,000 times, you just start again and again and again. And this, noticing the distraction and starting again, this is like a bicep curl for your brain, and it's what shows up on the brain scans of people who meditate. And so getting distracted is not proof that you're failing, it's proof that you're doing it correctly. Why? Because the whole goal of this practice is to get more familiar with the wildness of your mind so that it doesn't own you as much.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Congrats to Mrs. Miller's World History class at St. John's School in Ashtabula, Ohio for their hashtag Your Word Wednesday winner, Cacophony, a harsh mixture of sounds. Thanks for making us smarter today. Now to the best part of our show, shout out time. We're showing some love to Mrs. Carrie Sloan's classes at Oakley Middle School in Oakley, Kansas. Rise up. And this shout out goes to Comstock High School in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Go Colts. That's all we have time for today. I'll see you right back here tomorrow, lovely people. I'm Coy Wire, and we are CNN 10.